Hi, everyone. Well, this being Memorial Day weekend, let's take a quick trip out of the world of whiskey and into the world of rum, specifically spiced rum. And when I think of rum, spiced rum, I'm thinking of the Caribbean. I'm thinking of beach, pool, sun. Definitely has a summer feel to it. Love rum. I love Mai Tais. I always consider rum to be my second spirit. I like rum almost as much as I like whiskey. I'm not as familiar with spiced rum, and that's what this review will be concerned about, and specifically two spiced rums that have not seen eye to eye at all, and truly in real life. You have Captain Morgan spiced rum, 70 proof, and Admiral Nelson spiced rum, 101 proof. Now this is just maybe a little imbalanced in the proof, but in terms of the brands, Captain Morgan spiced rum is certainly a much more well-known and more well-established brand. It is owned by Diageo, and I think everybody knows this brand and it's quite familiar. Admiral Nelson's is not a brand I was very much familiar with until actually I saw the sample. Then I've seen more of it. This, since 2011, is owned by Heaven Hill, which we're all very familiar with in terms of Evan Williams, Elijah Craig, and all these wonderful Heaven Hill products. So Heaven Hill owns this one. So what happened was in 2014 in Canada, Diageo Canada filed a trade dress infringement lawsuit against Heaven Hill, and they were claiming that there was, I think this is actually a quote, striking similarities between the Captain Morgan character and Admiral Nelson, and that the similarity would dilute the Captain Morgan trademark. So basically, it's basically saying that, an average person walking into a store in a hurry may quickly confuse Admiral Nelson's with Captain Morgan, and you can see, I thought the same thing. You could see why maybe they thought that this one was kind of mimicking this one a little bit. And I'll tell you about the characters in a second, but basically Diageo won that lawsuit in 2017. And I'm not sure if that means that I think this was specific to Canada. Obviously, we're buying this here. So maybe that was specific to Canada. I'm not 100% familiar. But Diageo did win that lawsuit. And it was basically kind of like saying that this Admiral Nelson could be confusing in a hurry, and somebody might think it was this. And you know what? I could see that. So in any event, basically that's what happened with that. I actually just wanted to mention, in terms of the characters, the Captain Morgan is kind of loosely based. They're both loosely based on sailors. Captain Morgan is a 17th century privateer, Sir Henry Morgan, and Admiral Nelson is based on a British Vice Admiral Horatio Lord Nelson. Okay, well, now all that stuff fought out in court. Let's see how these actually taste in glasses and see which one I actually think is better, and if the Admiral Nelson actually could really top the heavyweight Captain Morgan. Let's go. Okay, so we have these all poured up. Another brown spirit. You would think this was whiskey. We're not going to do this blind. First of all, there's a big proof difference here. 70 proof here, 101 proof here. Wasn't sure if there was a regular Admiral Nelson's that was like 80 or 70 proof, but this is what I saw, so I figured I would just do this. And also, it's not like I'm that biased. I really haven't had spiced rum in years, so Captain Morgan versus this, it's not going to really skew me that much. Because it's not like, as if it was a Jim Beam or something of that nature. I just have a little spillage here, but anyway. Okay, so let's get right into the noses. Okay, so right off the bat, the Captain Morgan, even though it's the lower proof, I'm getting more of a nose out of it, and I think I know why. It says on the label, made with real Madagascar vanilla Caribbean rum, made with vanilla, spice, and other natural flavors. I definitely get that Madagascar vanilla. It's very nice, almost like sweet vanilla ice cream. So definitely, Captain Morgan definitely has a more pleasant aroma. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. I definitely noticed that in the palate as well. I wouldn't say spice rum just is that thrilling to me, but it does have a nice flavor. Let's give the Admiral a taste. Cheers. Well, right off the bat, and this is just going to confirm why I do this blind. You definitely taste the proof, and me being someone who appreciates and enjoys higher proof, the proof part of this I kind of like, but I'm going to try to just focus just on the taste itself. Let me try this again, Captain Morgan. The Admiral. All right, so very simply, to me, despite the proof, which I enjoy in this, I think the pure taste Captain Morgan, which was, the longest standing, we'll call it original. I didn't want to get in the middle of this battle. I think the Captain Morgan overall has a more pleasant flavor, but I like the way the proof stands out in the Admiral Nelson. So, am I going to probably buy either one of these in a full bottle? No. There are other rums. If I'm going to buy rum, believe me, I'm going to buy a sipping rum, and I have other ideas for that, or the types of rums that I would have in a Mai Tai, or lots of other ideas. But for today, taste Captain Morgan, the proof of the Admiral Nelson, and we'll leave the battle right here. Cheers. Take care. Have a great Memorial Day weekend.